Ocasio-Cortez complains she's already being discriminated against on Capitol Hill. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a number of things: a Democratic Socialist, the nation's youngest congresswoman and a professional victim and whiner extraordinaire. Her progressive shoes had barely hit DC dirt when she started complaining about racism and sexism while declaring that she wasn't ready to support Nancy Pelosi for House Speaker. Ocasio-Cortez was quick to prove her radical status on the Hill by making an appearance at a sit-in protest by a group of climate activists calling themselves the Sunrise Movement, which was held outside Nancy Pelosi's office. The Daily Wire has more on the moves by this aggressive female socialist that whined she couldn't afford an apartment in D.C. Democratic Socialist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was only elected a week ago, but she's already causing a stir in Washington. Her first big appearance was at a climate change protest at the office of Representative Nancy Pelosi, who the representative-elect has signaled she isn't ready to support for her bid to take back the role of House Speaker. The nation's youngest congresswoman has also been sounding the alarm over racism and sexism she suggests she's already experienced on Capitol Hill. Dem spouse member luncheon were at the same time today. I was sent to spouse event, she wrote late Wednesday. Last night I was stopped BC, it was assumed I was an intern, staffer. Next time try believing women people of color when they talk about their experiences being a woman or person of color, she concluded. Heavy check mark Ocasio 2018. Dem spouse member luncheon were at the same time today. I was sent to spouse event. Last night I was stopped BC, it was assumed I was an intern, staffer. Next time try believing women people of color when they talk about their experiences being a woman or person of color. Arthur Schwartz. Heavy check mark Arthur Schwartz. At dinner with a congressman. He said there were no intern events today that he knows of. His staff said same, liar. On Tuesday, Ocasio-Cortez triggered some of her fellow Democrats when she made a surprise appearance at a sit-in protest by a group of climate activists calling themselves the Sunrise Movement, staged outside of the highest-ranking Democrat in the House, and her potential future boss. The Daily Wire's Emily Zanotti reports. Ocasio-Cortez addressed the protesters, who were holding signs asking for a Green New Deal from Democrats in charge, and demanding green jobs for all, shook hands, and gave high fives to the 50 or so protesters who blocked the entrance to Pelosi's office. The event marked Ocasio-Cortez's first visit to the soon-to-be Speaker's office, and leftists were pretty miffed that she introduced herself to her Democratic colleagues not by embracing inter-party collegiality, but by openly disagreeing with her party's longtime leadership. The newly elected representative slammed her critics online Thursday. When I respectfully join young people in an action promoting climate action while encouraging leadership decisions, it's divisive, she wrote. Yet when other Dems hold the Speaker vote hostage unless conservative concessions are made, it's business as usual. Heavy check mark Ocasio 2018. When I respectfully join young people in an action promoting climate action while encouraging leadership decisions, it's divisive. Yet when other Dems hold the Speaker vote hostage unless conservative concessions are made, it's business as usual. In the Post, she links to a report by The Hill about a bid to rob Pelosi of her throne. Here's how the piece begins. Democrats in the Problem Solvers Caucus are proving to be the latest hurdle to Representative Nancy Pelosi's decaliph rise to the speakership. 10 Democrats in the bipartisan, 48-member group are vowing to withhold their support for Pelosi or any other Speaker nominee unless the candidate commits, in writing, to certain changes in House rules designed to empower rank-and-file lawmakers and break partisan gridlock. Pelosi, while voicing general support for the group's ideas, has not issued a written commitment to adopting them. And the Democratic co-chairman of the group, Rep. Josh Gottheimer DNJ, said Tuesday that he won't support her without such assurances. Ocasio-Cortez has also been in the news this week for her opposition to Amazon's big HQ2 deal, which she touted as an example of how she can unite people while holding true to her principles. Heavy check mark Ocasio 2018. Finding common ground doesn't have to mean sacrificing your values. This is one example. Metrofocus. Heavy check mark Metrofocus. Amazon HQ2 deal brings conservatives and Ocasio 2018 together. NYP.st/2-4